So let's dive into it. So we've got Sevwins that provides that weekly direction for the athlete mind. We start off with the weekly goals, and that's what we're going to dive into today. Every week at 8 a.m. on Monday, athletes receive a notification to their phone that asks them to complete 3 goals. That sets their direction for the week. Throughout the week, we have what we call daily mental skill assessments. And so that occurs at 12 o'clock every day. And that we're looking at just taking a pause and reflecting on how we're doing today and what our current state is from our mental skills. And then finally, the weekly reflections, taking a look at our experiences and growing from them. So let's dive into the weekly direction for the athlete mind. And this is the goal area. We focus on 3 main goals at Sevwins, and they are specific to mind, body, and spirit. The first one is read. What will I read to sharpen my mind? Train. What is my plan to train my body? Give. What will I do to elevate others? So let's dive into each one of these. The first one is read. So what will I read to sharpen my mind and how often? This is where an athlete simply adds in their own text. And what we really want to try to have athletes do is focus on something that will help expand their mind. And we talk about things that they're interested in. It could be a book. It could be an article on Forbes. It could be a magazine, a number of things that they dedicate time and effort towards learning more about something they're interested in that's going to make them a better person and a better athlete. So we really focus on read for that specific reasons. We have talked to other customers and other coaches that are using YouTube videos. So I'm going to spend time looking at YouTube videos, that are specific, that'll help me grow my mind. Or maybe there's a movie I'm going to watch once a week. Those types of things where I'm dedicating time. We really want to focus on these goals being smart. So make sure they are specific, that they are actionable, that they are realistic, and that they're also time bound. And we can also look at areas what we've seen a lot of athletes be successful in is building goals that are stackable goals. So as an example, I brush my teeth every night and I go to bed at 10. My goal is to go to bed at 10. So maybe I add in read for 15 minutes before I go to bed at night. We find that helps these goals be a little bit more sticky and provide those athletes a little more control. And reading is going to give that control. It's going to expand their intellect, expand their knowledge of that certain topic, and help them with their communication. So read is a pretty important goal in mind for each week. We also have a new thing that we introduced to Sevwins. We call it areas of life. And this is essentially assigned to each goal and reflection. Is that as an athlete completes their goal, they enter their goal, they can then go and select the areas of life in which these goals impact. In this case, this particular individual said, I will read talent code for 15 minutes before bed 5 nights this week. So I would add the tag of athletics, self, and school because that goal is related to each of those. I can also see the goal at the bottom there for my previous week. I then would click next, and it takes me into my next one, which is train. So what is my plan to train my body? And this is not what is the coach giving to me that's my workout plan and my workout regimen every morning. This is what am I going to do differently that's going to help me achieve my specific goals and be unique to me. We've seen a lot of athletes enter simple stuff like I'm going to do 50 sit-ups before and after school, or I'm going to do 8 minutes of cardio before I go do weight training because I know that bumps up my heart rate and will give me more abilities and give me more effort and more out of my workouts. So again, you add what's my plan to train my body? I add that text. We then come back and add in the areas of life. In this case, it'd be athletics and self. And then I can also see the goal from the previous week. The final goal that Sevwins looks at and really prompts for athletes to help build that growth mindset is what will I do to elevate others this week? And this can be a number of things. We've seen it from kids that are high school students that they're going to help their parents around the house more. They're going to do the dishes 3 times a week. Maybe they're going to cook dinner one night, help a neighbor, call grandparents, because you look at the pandemic, we haven't seen a lot of people. So stay in connect with others. We've seen a lot of our college athletes say that I'm reaching out to our college athletes and our college buddies that we haven't seen for a long time because they're in different cities or different states. So just staying connected. So it is a way to help improve the gratitude that you have for the things around you and create a better support network. From here, I can also do areas of life. For, in this case, we've marked friends. At the bottom, I can also see my give goal from the previous week. So again, read, train, give is focused on mind, body, and spirit to help grow the individual every week. We call these micro goals. What's unique from a coach standpoint is that every input, every athlete growth rep in Sevwins, the coach gets insights, the coach gets to see it. It also provides intelligent insights. So a coach might see an indication of words that an athlete's using in their goals that are not quite as motivating. They're not positive. So it can give the coach some direction to go back and work with the athlete to rephrase the things, to use positive language. Or maybe the goals aren't specific. Maybe they aren't time bound. So it gives the coach direction on how to provide that back to the athlete as well. But the idea is just to give the coach pure access to the information to the athletes are submitting so they can get past the surface level. So when we log into the coach insights, in this case, as a coach, I can see all the athletes on my team. I can see their streak and their bell. I can also dig into the actual and specific goal journals. So all three of the read, train, and give goals, then a coach can see all the submissions from the athletes across their team. So this allows coaches to really focus on athletes as individuals and individual people. It also allows them to focus on the team and team morale and the team culture overall, and help provide more direction and more mentorship. Another unique part to Sevwins is that we have what we call Mind Print. And this is really designed to help unite the athlete support network. So Mind Print is a weekly, what we call digest or email that goes out to all the subscribers within the athlete's profile. So for example, if an athlete subscribes a parent, a personal coach, or like a specific skills coach outside of the team environment, it could be an uncle, it could be different types of family members. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's recruiters, maybe it's personal life coaches. And what we're trying to do is just really create an environment where all these people that are supporting that athlete to achieve their common goals can actually see the things that the athlete is working on. So athletes, the system automatically distributes a summary of the athlete's goals, mental skill assessments, and reflections on a weekly basis. So we are all caught up in keeping each other on the same page.